I've been waiting today for the wind to go down because it's quite windy here today. So hopefully it'll be calm for the next 20 minutes or so while I show you around this this part of my sunny garden that I'd missed last week when I was showing you around. Here we are. So this is the other side of the path I showed you against the house last week. So this is the other side of that little path, and we've got the bacopa here, which is a really good ground cover. Just only need a couple of little plants and you have ground cover everywhere, which is what I like to have, because then there is not so much weeding. So along here we've got more mondo grass between the paving stones, and some of this sedum which I'm trying to protect from the birds, not the birds, the cats at the moment. So I'll just move through here. This little plant here is an Emeria. I've only got one of these, this colour. It's coming out a bit red there, but it's actually quite a maroony colour. Got some thyme here, and this rose here is Jubilee Celebration. I'm not sure when it's going to flower for me. So moving along here, I put some penstemons into pots because I wanted to check what colour they were before here's our little I haven't been home long, I've been out, so this is Magic saying hello to me, and how dare you go away for hours. And right, so this is old foliage of my blue irises which are finished now. Just here we've got, I'll just get it into a bit of focus if I can, is verbena, which I've tried to put down my roses through the garden. So we've got a rose here, climber, which is called Azubis. It's a beautiful pale mauve colour. The shrub itself hasn't done that well, and I'm tossing up whether to keep it or not. So I'll just go around here, and we have here a little, this is an early gladioli, and I've got this has spread itself around quite beautifully, and I'm quite looking forward to all of them coming out. So these ground covers, you'll notice I have a lot of these just letting them go around the garden. So I'm now on the other side of this garden where some self-sown poppies from a seed sowing last year have popped up again, as well as the nigella. So they're looking pretty good together there. And now I've got more ground cover down here, some more bacopa. And this here is tiarella, a bulb, which is really lovely. It's got lovely long stems, and it looks quite good here amongst the geranium. What does happen with this is that when the flowers come out, the foliage dies back, and I can pull it away, but it's quite good here that it's hidden by the geranium. So this is a rose I've had quite a long time, and it's called Fragrant Cloud. It's a beautiful colour. Look forward to that flowering. So that's the other side of the patio garden just there. So now I'll take you around this garden here. This Felicia is flowered non-stop all season long, right through the year, even in the winter. Now all I have to do, which as you can see it's time to do it again, is trim these flowers off. I have actually got a new plant, I think, started around the bottom there somewhere. So it's almost time to dig this out and put a new plant in. But it's very pretty and it's a really good flower. These are self-sown snapdragons. Now here we have a hebe. My hebes are starting to come into flower. Geraniums, pelargoniums really they are. I've done all sorts of things with these in the winter. I've brought them inside. I've put some in pots and tried to shelter them. I've just left them in the garden and may the best person win really, flower win really. So I've given up really on trying to keep them going through the winter. They're very easy to propagate, just chopping off a little piece of the branch and popping it in the soil and they root very easily. This is a little lupin, which is an annual, and I bought it. This is one that's come back from seeds I grew last year. I've got about 2 in the garden that have come back, which was a nice surprise. Now these here are 2 of my natives. There's 3 actually in a row. This is New Zealand native. This is, I need to go here first. This is a coprosma. And this is a pittosporum. Just lost my train of thought there for a minute. And this is my ever-present garden companion. There's another ground cover here, a juga. You'll notice that around the garden here and there. So this pittosporum, I think it's called Sunset. I quite like the New Zealand natives, as long as I can find a strategic place for them and they don't overtake the garden, because I prefer my flowers. Okay, so now these here, we have lots of little seedlings of the salvia here. The salvia, as the wind come up. The salvia, I have some blue ones, a mauve coloured one, and I noticed the seedlings are giving me other colours, so I'm keeping the seedlings around the garden until I get around to transplanting them into pots, and just so that I can keep them in check what colour they're going to be before I probably will give some away. This here is one of my new foxgloves. It's taken 2 years, biennial. It's second year, so now they're producing flowers for me this year. I'll put the name on the screen. This is my Bantry Bay rose, together with some of the verbena, which I'm trying, as I say, I'm trying to put that around the garden. Now under here is the base of my clematis, pink champagne, going rather nicely. I'll show you a picture of it from the other side of the garden shortly. This is Albrecia here. No, it's not. It's Arabis. Another seed sown. This is Parahebe, and this is another little shrub that's getting past its best, and I'm thinking I might take some cuttings so that I can renew this one and one that's around the other side of the garden. I love this grass here. This is a carex, I think. That one. These were bluebells, all this foliage here, bluebell foliage, which I'll be able to clear away soon. This rose here is called Deep Secret. Some of the new growth on that. Now this is a potentilla, which has got small strawberry-like flowers on it. It's getting a little big for this space, and but it does send out little seedlings which I'll be able to replace it with. More geraniums dotted around, the ones that have managed to survive the winter here. There's a little rhodohypoxis. This is a double pink, and some seedlings of my lavender, which I'm pretty happy with too. More arabis. This was covered in white flowers throughout the early spring. Here's some more rhodohypoxis. This is the single pink. I've been there for the whole time I've been here, like 4 years, more than 4 years now. They just pop up every year. This is a self-sown delphinium, which I'm pretty happy with. Didn't expect it to pop up here. Looks pretty good with the lavender and the nigella there, or lavender mist. So that's that. Here's another salvia, a sort of more like a mauvey pink really. It's pretty good. I've got some lilies that I bought online. This is their second year. They look as though they're going to give me a lot more flowers this year. Just being watched here. I'll give you another hello. It's being right. So here we have Nepeta, catmint. There's another little stand of English lavender. I love this lavender. Now in here was the Nepeta, which is struggling a little bit because I need to get rid of all this old bulb foliage really, and that Nepeta looks rather sweet in there with the Nepeta. This Diaska is looking pretty good in here, and this is a new. Now it's coming out quite red. It's actually quite a burgundy shade. Little dianthus carnation. So this all needs cleaning out, and I might discover something else under there. This peony is finished. There's another view of the rose that I just showed you before. Right, my lupins, another stand of lupins, and this is a very pretty salvia here. And this is a agastache which I sowed last year. Here's some more seedlings coming up here. Okay, in the back here, this is, I'll have to put the name of this on the screen. It's got brilliant blue flowers. Campanula here, and a geranium in a pot. There's another caprosma. It's not doing very well, this one. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it. It's having a bit of a struggle on this side. And here I have Sharif Esma. This is a David Austin rose. Full flower. So let's just go back a bit here. So that's where I've just taken you, and this is the other side of this. This is a seed I grew. This is a Californian poppy, Thai silk, and I just love it. It looks gorgeous here underneath the comprosma here. And here's another one over here which is a little bit paler, and it's a bit of a stroke of luck that it happens to be under the pittosporum, and the colours of them, they are going quite well together. Hello, you've come to talk now, have you? Some more lilies in a pot. Okay, so that completes that garden, which is I planned around this little area of lawn here. And then over the other side of the path I have the rest of the driveway garden, which holds 1, 2, 3 of my roses and several perennials. So here, these are little annuals. This is a anchusa, which is a beautiful blue. I've got one of my campanulas flowering there, and more bacopa, probably a few weeds in amongst it. And here's some dark pink rhodohypoxis. So they just die down at the end of the season and pop up again next year. My nigella is popping up everywhere, and also this verbena is looking lovely, and this rose is called Hamilton Gardens. There it is. Yeah. Looking lovely in there with the verbena. I'll go this side, I think. Some lamb's ear in there. In here. And some Nepeta. I think that's pink. Another penstemon in the pot there. I just want to check what these flowers are going to do. It's a babiana. This here, the wind's coming up now. This is a weigela, which has got lovely pink flowers. It's almost finished. Now I've read that when this is pruned, which is straight after flowering it gets pruned, you prune old wood out of the centre, but don't prune around the edges unless you want to limit its height, because when you prune it, if you prune it too late, you'll cut off next year's flowers. And this is a perennial which goes a little bit crazy. It's called the Pearl, and it's an Achillea. So that's spread quite a way here. It's got little white flowers, a bit like a gypsophila, and but a little larger. This is a dianthus that I grew from seed, and flowered right through winter, and didn't really give me much last spring, but I got a good 12 months out of it, and now it's popped up. I don't know whether some new seeds have grown, but it's popped up again, so I thought I'd lost it all. So there's the babiana again. So I've got a bit of campanula growing here and there. Now, there's another one of those blue shrubs which I will write the name on the screen when I get inside. And this is my David Austin Rose, Lady of Shalott. This one's probably been here the longest since I grew it. I shifted it from another garden. It's absolutely gorgeous. Looking lovely here beside with these campanulas underneath. And the flax, I have to tidy the flax up now and again, but I do love it in here beside this loropetalum and the rose in the background. I think it's a really good combination. And some more lamb's ear, which is starting to come into flower, and on purpose I have put it in places where it's going to pick up pink and other flowers. Got a traffic here. This rose has only just come into flower now in the last day or two. It's called the Poet's Wife, and it's another new one. It's the second year. It dies down in the winter, it doesn't like the frost, and then it sort of struggles back into life. Mid-spring. It has little blue flowers on it. Most of the salvias do. Here's my escalonia, gold brine, and this is the best show of flowers I've seen on it since I've had it. I think this is its second year. See the Poet's Wife over the back there, so this lovely combination. This here, leptospermum, which doesn't like the frost either. I'm going to have to find something else to put in this spot, just on the edge of the lawn here, because both of these die down in the winter, so I need something in here that will carry through the winter and give a bit of colour. This is the original spot for the Nigella, so I use this as my little seedling patch, and I lift seedlings and transplant them. You see my protection here, my cat protection. I'm trying to keep the cats off my new marigolds seedlings that I've planted a week ago. They probably need a bit of water. So here's the Loropetalum, looking good. Some snapdragon, foxgloves. This here was another little annual seed, an annual that I grew for my flower arrangements really. It's Bupleurum, and it just seeds keeps coming, which is really great. So I don't have to grow that again. Some more Arabis there, and some more of the verbena. And this is some more of the Achillea, the pearl. This is the original spot for my delphiniums, which seem to be enjoying spreading themselves around too. So obviously need to have a clean up in here of my bulb foliage now. You can see this pink of this lamb's ear here with the Weigela in the background, the red of that, say. So that's pretty much the driveway garden and my little friend. Okay, so thank you for watching. The wind didn't interfere too much. There we go. So next video tomorrow I'll be looking at the blooms that are new to the garden this week, and then I'll have another video later in the week. Not quite sure what yet, but I'll think of something. I'll have a quick flick round here, the front, which I showed you the other day, the tour of the front garden I did the other day. Rosy cushion is flowering even more. Some peonies, just a little bit extra here. Here we go. And this is the lamb's ear here that I've put beside the rosy cushion rose. So thank you again. See you next time.